From the station that's on your side, you're watching News 19 at 11.
Good evening and thank you so much for joining us for News 19 tonight. I'm Andrea Mock. JR does have the night off. A dispute may prevent one group from having a camp meeting or a revival that they say they have held and their ancestors have held for more than 150 years. News 19's Mary Sturgill traveled to Fairfield County to find out what's going on.
It's the arbor. It's the central focal point of the campground. It's where we worship for a week.
For more than 150 years, camp meeting has been a time when the community comes together in unity and prayer.
And it was called lay-by time before we went to the fields. So that's where they worship, and that's where we still worship, and that's where we want to worship this year.
But this year, camp meeting might not happen. The camp holders learned of that decision last week in a meeting with the AME Bishop over the camp welfare AME Zion Church. Gracine Hayden is part of that group,
where she decided that she would cancel campground for this season.
Hayden says this comes after the new Camp Welfare Tent Holders Organization sent a letter to the church asking them to address some concerns they had about upkeep of the property.
Sure, they own the church and they own the land, but all the tents that you're going to see down here was built by the people with blood, sweat, and tears.
I have a little gas stove here where I cook on. This is my silverware here.
66-year-old Margaret Talford says her ancestors built this cabin and it houses the history of her life. She was born during a camp meeting.
Happy birthday to you. And it was raining so bad they had to hold umbrellas over her while I was being born.
She says these tents are actually the foundation of their community.
This is where we grew up at. This is a part of us. This is us.
News 19 reached out to Pastor Vincent Long and asked him why the camp meeting had been canceled, and he sent us this statement. I do not have the liberty to go into the details surrounding the ongoing events, nor the specific actions that instigated the ongoing events, but the reasons are not trivial, and they are matters of great concern to the church. However, we would like the community to be assured that it is not the intention of the church to destroy legacy or heritage. Conversely, it is the church's intention to preserve the legacy, heritage, and evangelistic thrust associated with the camp meeting. The church recognizes and understands its responsibility to the community. The steps that have been taken up to this point, although unfortunate, have become necessary, and we believe will ultimately work to ensure the legacy and evangelistic trust associated with the camp meeting continuing far into the future.
It's more than ownership, who owns it. It's about an annual revival. And I feel myself getting choked up because when people don't understand the sentiments of something, then you have no regard for it.
Mary Sturgill, News 19, WLTX.
Well, the group says they have been making repairs to the property and they're seeking some advice to see if there's anything they can do. The camp meeting was supposed to have started this coming Wednesday. We'll keep you posted on whether or not they're going to be able to meet.